I couldn't call it anything but cracked chocolate cake. So rich, so moist, and so addictive. One bite in and you'll understand the name. It's easier than anything you've ever made before. So rich, it's almost illegal, right? It is delicious. There's a secret ingredient that I can't wait to show you. So let's jump on into it. Let's go. We begin our cracked chocolate cake by greasing a 9 by 13 baking dish. We're going to grease the sides, the corners, and the bottom there. Now, this is a very easy chocolate cake recipe. It is so delicious, rich, moist, and it only uses a few ingredients. Next, we're going to take a mixing bowl. We're going to add our flour. We're going to add all of our dry ingredients to the bowl first. And here comes our sugar next. So it's flour, sugar, and then we're going to add some baking soda, some salt. Here's the salt next. Your full ingredients and instructions for this recipe are going to be found in the video description. Next, we're going to add in the baking soda there. And then our last dry ingredient is our cocoa powder. So we're going to add the 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And then we're going to kind of sift these ingredients together. It's kind of like maybe an old-fashioned thing, or some of you may think it's old-fashioned. But we're going to combine all of our dry ingredients together so that they're well combined. So I'm just going to take a whisk and I'm just going to bring this all together here. And you probably think it's just like watching paint dry, but it is going to take me a few seconds here to combine all of these ingredients. And let me remind you, this is a great chocolate cake recipe made at home from scratch using just your ingredients that you have in your pantry. I love this recipe because the cake does not taste like chemicals. It doesn't taste processed. I mean, this is just an old fashioned, good vintage chocolate cake recipe. Super easy and so addictive. We call it the crack chocolate cake at my house. So okay, so it looks like our ingredients are coming together very well here. And you're just going to try to make sure that it all is mixed up from the bottom and very well combined. Next, we're going to make 3 wells or 3 indentations, or it may look like 3 holes to you. I'm going to use the back of my measuring cup, and I'm just going to build those little holes in that dry ingredient mixture there. In one of the wells or one of the holes, I'm going to add my 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then comes next my secret ingredient, and it is white vinegar. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of the white vinegar into the second well or the second hole. And let me tell you what, the secret ingredient brings this cake all together. The next well or the third hole there is we're going to add our vegetable oil. And I think it's about 10 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So I'm doing that now, adding it into that third well or that third hole. And we are almost done here, adding in our oil. And listen, if you love baking and cooking with me as much as I love cooking with you, hit that like or subscribe button so I can see a little bit more of you. Next, we're going to add in the cold water. It's 2 cups of cold water right over the top of those ingredients. And then we're going to use our hand mixer and we're going to bring all of these ingredients together until they are well combined. So that's what I am doing now. Got the hand mixer going here, and we're going to make sure we're not going to over mix it. We don't want to ever over mix a cake batter or cake mix. You just want to make sure that all the ingredients are well incorporated with each other. So it's going to take me just a few minutes here, and it is smelling good. I can smell that chocolate and that sugar. It smells delicious. And again, this is one of the easiest recipes you will ever make, and so delicious. Now, I will have an optional icing um, recipe for you. It's just 2 ingredients for the icing, and you can eat this cake without icing, or you can use the icing that I'm going to make with it today here in a few minutes. So now we're going to take our 9x13 pan, bring that front and center. We're going to pour the whole batter into that 9x13 pan. We're going to preheat our oven, or we have preheated our oven to 350 degrees. And we're going to get the cake in the 9x13 pan dish there. And we're going to make sure that it's as level as possible. And then there we go. We're going to get all that batter out. I'm going to take my spatula and just kind of move the batter around to make sure that it is even before I place it in the oven. So here we go. Here's our temperature. It's going to be set at 350 degrees. The cake is going to go into the oven for approximately 30 minutes or until that center of the cake is fully cooked. Now, while that cake is cooking, we have an optional icing that we can make here. You're going to add a couple cups of powdered sugar to a mixing bowl, and then you're going to add lemon juice. So the lemon juice almost comes to about 1/3 cup, but I always just add the lemon juice kind of without measuring it, and then I start breaking it down with my whisk. And what we want to do is we want to make this icy runny, kind of more of a liquid where it's going to kind of run across the cake versus a very stiff icing or stiff frosting. So you can see I'm just moving it around here with the whisk, and it's feeling and looking like it's a little bit runny, but I think I wanted a little bit more runnier, so I added some more lemon juice to that. So now it's becoming a little bit more fluid. You can kind of see with my whisk there how it's moving, kind of like liquid there when I pull it up, and that's the consistency that you want. Now that our cake is out of the oven, we're going to take our icing and we're going to drape it all over the top of that cake. And you can see where it's running right out of my mixing bowl there, and that's the consistency of the icing that you want. We're going to drape it over the whole cake so that we cover the whole surface. And there we go. Now I'm going to take a spoon here and kind of level things out on the cake. So there we go. So we just kind of want to make sure that all of the top of the cake is covered with that icing. All right, friends, here we go. Here's our cracked chocolate cake. It is so, so good, isn't it? And let me tell you what, super easy, right? It was super easy. We brought it all together. I showed you that secret ingredient, which is the vinegar. And for some reason, that just sets this cake apart from any other chocolate cake that you'll ever make at home. So you're gonna wanna make this one. And I can guarantee you probably have all those ingredients right in your pantry. But let's take a bite here. This is the most unprocessed tasting cake, chocolate cake. Look at that. Yeah, we want all of that icing to drip down onto the sides. I mean, it is so good. First time I had this, it was very, very warm, and but I've had it multiple times since. So anyways, back to the richness of this cake. We are so used to today tasting processed foods, and then when you get into processed baked goods, like when we stop at a chain or a national chain restaurant, bakery type thing, we're so accustomed to that donut or that brownie or that baked good that's all processed, like with chemicals and things like that. When you bake a chocolate cake at home, like this cake, you almost taste things from yesterday, meaning before we had all of the processed chemicals that we do have in foods today. And that's a whole nother video on itself, but you will love this cake, guaranteed. Let's take a nice big bite. Oh, it's so good. Whenever I bite into this, I think of my mother-in-law, I think of my grandmother, I think of my mother, I think of just baked goods from way back. It is delicious. Now that icing really sets the tone with this cake too. But this cake is so rich that you don't even have to ice it. If you didn't feel like doing the icing, you're gonna have just a lovely cake. And I don't know how many cakes you can make without having to ice it that are that good. So it's your choice, but this icing sets the tone. It's got that vinegar and lemon juice. They're actually working against each other. That just brings a nice, beautiful, nice taste to this cake. It is so good. All right, so hey, listen, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.